Hello everybody, welcome back to Financial Trading Basics Part 44, Market Minutes 8. So the market's been doing pretty not too good. It's been going gear roll. And we had an up day yesterday, maybe a little bit. But financial discussion today, we're discussing the currency environment and quote unquote crypto. We talking interest rates, mortgages at plus 6%, real estate dynamic, recession thoughts, equity investments, and other financial talking points. First thing I want to discuss was a first-time home buyer. So I bought a house. I think the inspections went well. I did the general inspection, the termite inspection, and the radon inspection, and so those went well. In our period since that looks well, it looks like we're gonna close. I'm not sure who sets that date and when, why, or how, but more stuff you should probably learn in school is just like how to live somewhere. They're always useful stuff to have, but just some thoughts on buying a house. Again, I'm buying a place, I get a 5-minute house, somewhere I'm gonna live for 5 minutes. My lease is up here in end of July. I don't want to live in Columbus, Ohio, but I don't want a difficult move. So I got a house kind of in an area that I'm not like I'm from Westville, bought a house in Blacklick, but they just had good affordable housing, 4-bedroom house, 2,200 square foot, purchase price $349,000. I think it was listed at $335,000, so about $15,000 over asking. Probably could have got it for like maybe $4,000 or $5,000 less, but I really didn't tour that many houses. Probably I think 4 or 5, but again, just something comfortable, nice enough, accommodative. Though it doesn't have a basement, which is good and bad. The only bad part about, for me, not having a basement was just if it's too hot, I'd like to go in the basement. But you can get a portable AC unit for like $85 and just cool down in our room if it gets too hot. But the AC works fine. But I just never really thought about not having a basement. But plenty of storage space. Again, my apartment here is just over 1,000 square feet. Probably so I have to furnish another bedroom. Probably do 1 bedroom. The bedroom set I have now will probably make that spare bedroom. Then I'll probably get an all new bedroom set, and I have like a loft area instead of a basement. So it's like hard laminate floors in the kitchen and the main living room, which I probably won't use as a main living room. I'll just put an area rug down, but would have preferred carpet in the living room, but the loft area is carpeted and all the upstairs and bedrooms are carpeted. So I like carpet. So overall 9.5 out of 10 for things I want and desire for a house for, again, 5 minutes. You call me in 5 minutes, I'll lease this one to somebody else and buy a different one. If you pay me my money, I'll lease this one and buy it to somebody else. But it's got 2-car garage, just in a Columbus, Ohio suburb neighborhood, a small yard, a little yard. It's not non-existent, but it's a pretty small yard, so I don't have to do a lot of lawn care. I don't want to do lawn care. It's got a little deck. Might rip the deck out, put some cement down, and do like a little gazebo and hot tub area or something. But overall, for things that I wanted, 9.5 out of 10 for a price range well within my budget. I'll have probably $250,000 left over, so I'll have to furnish the place. So I don't have any firm estimates, but that'll run me $20,000 to $45,000. I'll maybe I budgeted up to $50,000. I've budgeted a car $30,000 to $50,000, so I'll probably have $125,000 left over for investments. So I'll be updating you on any plays I make on that. But just again, I'm spending $350,000 to literally lower my monthly cost by $1,500 because I can't make more money because I'm not allowed to participate in the human species. So overall in the house, I'll give you a tour once I move in. I think the closing date is by July 12th, so by July 12th I'll close and then see which furniture I want to move out of here. I'll be buying new sectional couches for the living rooms, area rugs, dining room tables, the whole bit. So I'll be giving you a tour and updating you just again as a financial trading basics, the retail buyer using my financial profits to furnish a house. But again, no mortgage, 6% mortgage, no problem, don't have one. But that's what I've been doing for, again, why I haven't been doing much financial changes, because I have to close on this and then I'll be doing other stuff. But just a couple thoughts on buying a house. Again, something that it's like buying a house, forgetting the purchase price, again, forgetting dollar figures. It's like buying a loaf of bread to me. Does it do what I want it to do? Yep, here you go. And so just like all of the formalities of I don't understand why home buyers have to have an agent. Like I'm on Zillow, I click Zillow, and then I get a buyer agent, which is just a local firm around here. But it's like, why does a buyer need an agent for a house? I contact the seller agent, I get a tour, and then they type up the paperwork and I sign it, and I don't even know why. Just in general, why there's a buying agent for a home buying process. I don't know. Maybe there's logic to it. Probably is. I guess I don't know. But society has not convinced me that we're doing too many logical things. But it just and a couple other just had some like strange comments from my realtor. Said I liked the house. I wasn't going to move forward with the agent that I had, but I already made an offer with one of the agents, so it went through. So I'm working with them. But it was just like going through like the houses. It's just like. Just getting like strange comments, like what she said. She said something like, we were touring one of the houses, and I was like, I'm only gonna live here for like 2 to 3 years, and then she was like, well, I don't know how much stuff you're gonna accumulate in 2 to 3 years. It's like she doesn't know my entire financial background or my professional life, and it's just like, what a strange comment. And then I made an offer on one of the houses. It was listed at $300,000, offered $320, didn't get accepted. But I was at the pool one day, and I get this text like, we need to make a convincing offer fast. And I'm like literally at the pool for like an hour. It's like, if this offer doesn't go through in an hour, and I'm moving out at the end of July, and I can close in 14 days if needed. So it's like buying at the first, like by June 10th, this was earlier in June, it's like I'm not in a rush yet. Like rush time would be like early July. Like getting into July would be kind of panic time. But again, zero problem going 20, 30, 40,000 over asking if needed in crunch time, but got accepted at 15,000 over on the next offer I made. So it was just like, the American dream, then I go get the inspection, and then it wasn't like pushy sales, but it was just like, if you want to close on your dream home, and it's just like, I can just go buy the next house. It's not like a big fucking deal. And so then we get the inspections, and I go through the inspector, plenty fine dude, but you get just strange comments like, well, what did he say? Oh, we just talking about because there's no basement, it's just a slab foundation. I don't know foundations of houses or anything. I don't inspect homes on a regular basis. And it's just like, it's like fine for like a starter home. I'm just like, it looks like a starter home, such a weird phrasing to me. It's just like a house is a house. Like starter home, again, another sentiment thing. This is not, we're going to raise your family, your dream home. Starter home, then your dream home. It's a building, it's got a kitchen, it's got a shitter, it's got a garage, it's a house. Starter, dream, sentiment, stop. But it's just, again, just these like strange, odd comments. It's just like, why? Every person I interact with is a 14-year-old and now has bills, and it's just angsty, weirdo, competitive over nothing. So, at least I know where I'm going to live until you pay me my money, and then I can at least go do something else instantly. 5-minute house, baby. But I'll show you again. I'll give you a video tour. But again, nice house. Like no complaints on being disrespectful to the property at all. It's just like it's not about the size. It's just like if I was owed $40,000, I'd be pissed if I was not paid $40,000. If I'm owed $12 million and I'm not paid $12 million, and I have to budget $40,000, I just want to blow my brains out. And so it's always super fun to be a slave. Again, not a scapegoat anymore. People steal my research on a regular fucking basis. I'll be doing another language litigation interview or video soon with a bunch more updates on. It's still trying to collect my property every single day, and does law enforcement do their job? Absolutely, instinctually now. So, other thoughts on? I was watching again what are your thoughts, or one of the compound segments, but they were talking about real estate, consuming versus investing. They're talking about 27.2% of the houses are going under price cuts. The housing market still looks pretty robust for me as a consumer, literally looking at Zillow. Most of them are going for asking. I saw one in Lewis Center, literally listed at like $410 or $420, literally go for like $650. And that was the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen. Like I've seen a couple. One of the ones I liked in Blacklit went $50,000 over asking, went from $285 to $335, which was like the biggest jump I saw before like the $210,000 one. But most, again, the $30,000 to $50,000 would certainly secure you a house. But even the five, a lot of them go for asking. So asking to $15,000 over, if you're buying a house, I think is a good offer range. If you want your offer 80% to be secured, I think asking to 15,000, 20,000 over in Central Ohio will be a pretty convincing bid. And again, at least with cash. But so just from a consumer, looks pretty robust. From an investing standpoint, again, would I buy a single family home and rent it? Would I buy a commercial real estate? Don't have any real insight in commercial real estate. Again, just like the nature of the market. Would I buy home builder stocks? Would I do anything with this on an investing, make a trade, make a play basis? No. I just don't have any real insights or convincing up, down, left, right, forward, or backwards for that. But again, as me as a consumer, I just need a place to live, and I don't care. If I dropped 30% of my house value, and that would have dropped, what's that, $350, so like probably, I'd say $100,000, yeah, I don't care. I have a place to live. And for the past 8.5 years of my life, I said, how do I fit into society? Because I can't publish a science paper, and I can't participate in any function of life. I have a place to live where I can't get harassed. I can smoke blunts if I want to. I don't have people banging on my door. Yeah, that's worth $100K every 5 seconds. So, good, sweet. But as an investment, I'm buying for a place to live. As a consumer, I'm buying a house to live, not as an investment in any way. And it would be a real estate investment if I ever could acquire my property. Other thoughts on residential real estate and housing dynamics. Adjustable rates versus fixed rates mortgages. If I had to do a mortgage, obviously I would go for a fixed rate, but I think the overall dynamics, I think like the big increases in mortgage rates are pretty transient, unlike on the mids inflation transient. I think the mortgage rates are more transient, but I would not, I just have to see the terms of the contract for an adjustable rate. I mean, obviously if you're at a higher rate and it goes down and adjusts down, that'd be a good thing. So, I don't know, not enough personal experience to have any insight. But other dynamics for housing and real estate, basically, what makes prices stay elevated, right? They say it's a strong real estate investment, like meaning it's going to hold the value. But if you're a buyer, you want the prices to go down. But you can have a ton of demand and some short supply, or a ton of demand and average supply, and the prices still go up moderately. You can have, again, when they're talking about the mortgage rates, people going from 3% or even 1 or 2% mortgages of a fixed rate, having to refinance at 6% or get a new mortgage at 6%, they'd say, why would I move? So the supply is not going to go up that much. So you could have small supply and small demand and still have a robust pricing, valuation, sustainment. So again, that's what I'm saying, is I don't have leverage or insight as to how to make a trade on really any sort of real estate dynamic past buying a home or buying a property that you can comfortably rent at an income level per month that makes sense to you. If you can buy a house for $300,000, $400,000 and rent it out for $2,000 to $3,000, and again, as someone who lives on $35,000 a year, $2,800 a month, I mean it's an income level for a monthly basis. What I'm thinking, as opposed to the appreciation or depreciation of the principal of the house itself. So besides that, I don't really have real estate insight. I would say, very genuinely say, population goes up, people have to live somewhere, so at this point in time of our species development, the overall real estate will go up because people have to live somewhere and they have to buy property. So besides that, no real considerations for housing. So now on to currency and other discussion points. So now just a couple updates. We have crypto. It's funny, it's on my paper. This is over a couple days, but I have Bitcoin below 24,000 crossed out, 21,000 crossed out, 18,000, and then I think it has not broke below, I think like 17,800. So again, reviewing cryptocurrency thesis. Right now we're at 20,154 on Coinbase right now. Just bounced off 19,800. I would definitely be tiptoeing back in. But again, reviewing again, not the whole thesis, but we already live in a cryptocurrency environment. All of our data, our value is stored by digits on a screen. So whatever does it the most efficiently. That can't be done by a central bank because of just nation states. We just live in different places. We have commodities, outputs, and our central banks are not unified. So it can't be done by a central bank. It has to be an organically adopted data stream. Right? That's what a blockchain is. It's not software, Kevin O'Leary. It's data. It's verifiable data. It's proof of ownership. And so whatever can stabilize that, again, we don't have any commodities backing any currency in anywhere. It's just paper, it's just representation of value and of data. And so it has to be organically adopted, cannot be issued by a nation state, and that's already what Bitcoin is. Now, again, my thesis was again on the very, very early adoption stages of the halving cycles to the price action. Now, clearly we have way more correlation, as well as obviously not a big spike from this previous halving. Now, again, even if it would have went from like the 7,000 to 10,000 to the 60,000 from like October to January of this past year, I would have called that again the blow off top for the halving cycle. But there was just no real momentum trade the entire time, and I've been watching this thing for a long, long time. So I still see absolutely unequivocally no chance of substantial price increase because of Bitcoin anchoring virtual currency, which is all currency, not just crypto. Again, what's crypto? When I get onto my TD Ameritrade or my Tel-Ohio account and I see digits on a screen, what's the actual fundamental difference? Oh, it's a bunch of people that went to business school and don't understand anything anyway, and they have to deal with their money, so they don't understand anything. And so when it comes to money, people all like to have opinions, and they just don't know what they're talking about a lot of times. And the underlying thesis, forget Bitcoin entirely, something has to stabilize currency. That's the most efficient thing. In the same way, law is going to consolidate to human behavior. As human behavior and maturity increases, that maturity is going to affect people's investment decisions and understanding of environments. So when people say, is crypto a scam? Is crypto gone? It's like all of our currency is virtual, like as is. Forget Bitcoin entirely. That's what is occurring. So whatever does that the most efficiently is going to take the most market share, just like any other market whatsoever. But the timing on currency, we've been watching currency develop for thousands of years, literally. So once Bitcoin gets sort of adopted, or at least correlated to the standard markets, there's just no good entries and exits for me. Absolutely think it will increase. We'll absolutely be adding some. How much so? Again, I just don't have a time frame. It could be. I 100% think there'll be a pop. I think the overall sentiment of the market is washed out. That was a segment on the Compound and Friends, or the What Are Your Thoughts segment. But I think I would be buying equity investments. At this point, I would be buying, again, leisure travel, crypto. If you had X amount of dollars wanting to be put into cryptocurrency, I would be putting, again, 25% of whatever that is in right now, but because I don't think there'll be like a crypto winter with the correlation to the market so strong. And so before the crypto winter, like the 2018 timeframe, when you're hovering between that $3,500 and that $4,000, or even like that $5,000, and then you blow out down to like the 3,500 level, you're still trading sideways for a substantial amount of time. So will you still have a substantial amount of sideways trading with cryptocurrency correlated to the markets? I don't think so. I think it'll be trending more as opposed to these big spikes and crashes. And I think the overall sentiment and the overall market, basically, and again, I would never buy an index because I'm not a peasant, but I would say 85% buy on most things. And so I absolutely think the sentiment is blown out. I absolutely think inflation, war, pandemic's still kind of in the background, but just sentiment in general, mortgage rates. I think we're really at, like, I don't say a bottom because I don't know, but I would be actionable advice for cryptocurrency specifically, 25% in right now. If we do get a sideways trading period for 3, 5, 6 months below $20,000, I think that's when you really go. If we dip anywhere to that $10, $7, $3 to $3,500, I think that's when you go load the 75% to the 100% of your sizing. For equity investments, again, leisure travel, I will be adding to Norwegian Cruise Line. I will be adding to, again, I see cryptocurrency, the development of the currency environment versus the development of healthcare. I see healthcare as sooner. So do I want to go bigger on healthcare stocks? And again, not health like the MNMD, because again, to me that is the next biggest thing. So again, forget currency, actionable health. I mean, it's inevitable. So, but is MNMD the company that's going to capitalize on it? Who knows? But they have cash. They have cash until I think 2024, per one of their last releases. So do I want to go? how do I want to allocate between crypto, which I absolutely want to buy, and just other equities that I want to buy. No real commodities trades or currency trades besides crypto that I want to do. I'll give you an update on a couple other ones. The ruble has doubled since I said I would buy it. I did not hit the bottom on that. The ruble is currently at 0.018 cents US. One Russian ruble is worth 0.018 US dollars. So like a penny, 0.8. But I said I'd be buying that around 0.0092, I believe. So that would have been a double. But again, the thought was there again, obviously, fuck Vlad, fuck war, fuck that shit. But if Russia's not going away, like the whole globe could have large scale nuclear war, which if we could only be so fucking lucky at this point, it's not like the countries are going to go away. I mean, we've already done that. So it's like thinking that the ruble is going to go away paired with, again, blowout sentiment. That is what I can really sense is sentiment just being way, way too in one direction. So that would have been a clear double there. Again, forgetting the geopolitics and just the trade. And again, you could have even hit it as low as I think it was like 0.7. Yeah, all the way down to like 0.7 area. Maybe even a little lower. So obviously glad I could not take that trade. They say we had a 75 basis point interest rate hike, still question mark. Still don't know what 75 basis points to an interest rate even fucking means. You have a base, you have some number. If I have one thing and then I have two things, I have increased 100%. One of one is 100%. So if I have $100 and now I have $110, I've increased 10%. 100 is my base. 10 over 100 is 1/10. That's 10%. So what are you changing? An interest rate is just set. I give you $100. You owe me 10%. You owe me $110. The basis would be the principal of the capital. But I've even heard on CNBC now them say 0.75%, which that makes fucking sense. But basis points is not a percentage. You move a percentage of a base. Please explain mathematics to me, guys. Please and thank you. But logically, I literally can't follow it. Every time you say that, I'm like, what are they talking about? I don't know what 75, where the 75 is going. But no real again, clear insight on how to tame inflation or what the Fed can do. Again, interest rates obviously going higher, mortgage rates going higher, pricing people out of mortgages, but having people to pay back more money. I mean, I think that's pretty straightforward, but it just gets a lot of other economic factors that I just not sold on how they impact different things. I don't know how many, which way, where to go, blah blah blah. So out of JPOD, I don't know what the fuck you do. But again, I would be buying crypto. I'd be buying again healthcare stocks, leisure travel. No other really sectors pinned down today. But Biden urges Congress to spend gas tax. I don't know what if I pay $5 a gallon, how much of that is gas tax? How much is federal gas tax? Is 18 cents a gallon, so that's not gonna do shit. 18 cents a gallon, I had 90 cents a gallon off on because I saved up my Giant Eagle points. I get my Giant Eagle points aren't even keeping up with the rate of oil inflation, dilution. But yeah, 18 cents, that's not gonna help. It's gonna help 18 cents and 18.4 cents. That's what it's gonna do. But over again, I have 17 gallons in my tank. So doing some more quick math. Wow, $1.70, like maybe 15, 20 bucks. That's not like super crazy, right? That's not super helpful. And I might be missing, might be less than that, maybe like $7. So yeah, I don't think sure suspend the gas tax, but whatever the gas tax is, that's all it's gonna help, obviously. Well, a couple other thoughts. What was I gonna say? Oh, Logan Paul thinks he'd make 50 to 100K a day with ad roll. What's ad roll? With daily vlogs at 22 million subs. So his YouTube channel has 22 million subs, and he used to do daily vlogs. He thinks he'd make 50 to 100K a day with 22 million subs. Fuck me, man. everybody on this planet is stealing my research. I would literally have an app developed. What's going to be this major social media, my personal app, where it's going to be literally just all of my educational content, where you can subscribe or get notifications for just the content you want. You like music videos, economic videos, science videos, language videos. You just have a whole social media of my educational content where you can subscribe to the ones you want. And so, and he can make 50 to 100K a day. And I'm over here worried about, I ordered Chipotle delivery for the first time in a month. I literally eat out like once a month now because of fucking dilution. And so I bought a $19 burrito to get delivered, and with chips, no guacamole, and Logan Paul can make 50 to 100K a day with 22 million subs. Like I could probably make 100 million a day, like actually with 2.2 billion subs. So put 2 zeros on that, at least 10 million. I mean, again, this is just off of fucking ad videos. Let alone I teach everybody. It's actually really happening. I teach everybody, they steal all of my shit, and they go teach everybody, and they interact with each other and make money off of each other. I'm teaching everybody for real. I'm over here worried about when I'm going to eat food. For real. So, I just feel so respected by human beings. Just by everybody. By everybody aware of my research. Whew, that's fun. I'll be talking more about that in the language video. A couple more thoughts. The crypto bro mentality. Josh Brown on The Compound. I just watched the episode. And they were like, he said something like, not all people that have crypto are douchebags, but all douchebags I know are big into crypto. That made me chuckle. Again, it's just the fuck the system. It's the true beta male that trying to provide for the group. Oh, we're gonna wreck the banking system and free the world. And it's just like, calm down. We just need shit to work. But it's just people, again, the hero mentality paired with I'm gonna make a lot of money doing so, douchebag. It's a very simple equation on that one. But again, economics, the U.S. couldn't stop saying dark energy, dark matter, and human beings are the only species in the universe, and you guys have no idea how to deal with money. So pair that with being heroes to the financial world, that's where you get the crypto bro mentality. Last point. Does a technical recession mean anything to me? Is sentiment washed out? Again, they had a segment on their what are your thoughts? Yes, I do think sentiment is washed out 85 to 90%. I don't think things can get much worse. And again, I don't go off of, is the S&P down 20%? They had some chart up there of like 90% of stocks in the S&P 500 over the last 5 days have sold off 90%. That's never happened before. See how much specificity you needed? 90% of stocks in the S&P over the past 5 days. It's like, blip, next, fart in the wind. Oh, that smelled like something. It's not going to indicate where the wind's going tomorrow. Look nice, sweet, here's a chart, awesome. I do think sentiment is washed out. I do think most things that, again, if you have a good research thesis, past that, I think prices are depressed pretty across the board, but you would need a backup thesis or a more fundamental reason to buy something, but I'm absolutely buying something. Hope the prices stay low. Again, when they're talking about recessions lasting 9 months, like I've never made an investment thesis that isn't a day trade, like less than 2 to 5 years, so buy. Buy, wank, buy, excuse me. Wank, excuse me. But does a technical recession mean anything to me? And again, I think it's just like 30% off the highs of the stock market or something. Again, I don't know I'll do it on another video, but what are the technical definitions of a recession? But no, again, there's just too many segments of the economy and of financial markets to say, even unemployment. Okay, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of skill sets. Okay, unemployment's terrible. What can you do? The average person cheated for 4 years and can't do anything. Well, okay, how does it affect really anything? Bunch of stupid people. Yeah, okay, keep those freaks away from me. Stock prices are down. Who cares? Interest rates are up. Well, again, even like on the mortgage thing, they're talking about going from like $1,800 mortgages to like $2,500 mortgages. Again, if you're genuinely concerned about $700 a month and you're not a scapegoat, you're not a slave, you can have actions to go participate in the species and make more money. Like I fail to understand how people can make another $1,000 a month, $5,000 a month if you're not a scapegoat. If you're a scapegoat like me, I understand. I can't call cops and report crime, and it's happening every day as cops walk by me and acknowledge it. So, we again, Uvalde's school shooting, that's coming out real good, and we'll talk about that. But, so if you can do something to make more money and you're really worried about another $1,000 a month, do something as well. Again, have some hobby, some skill set, make a small YouTube channel. Again, we're racking up those subs at 43, but I don't know, 10,000 to 25,000 subs, maybe make another $1,000 a month or something. Again, maybe you just flip stuff, maybe you trade something. Being really concerned over $1,000 a month without being a scapegoat is just mind-numbing to me. It's mind-numbing privilege. I would never have a privilege like that. But technical recessions, don't even know what the technicalities are, but there's just too many segments of the market and too much dynamic and too much individuality, too much individual circumstance for that to mean anything to me on a personal, retail, individual trader basis whatsoever. So, still need a fundamental reason, find good stocks. Overall, I think this is a genuinely very, very good buying environment right now today. Again, war subsides, which is inevitable. People, I don't want to say inevitable at some point. It could be a while, but again, inflation, dilution will subside somewhat. We'll publish science papers and people will be more educated at some fucking point, which should be any day now, if ever, which will be never. But, so yeah, definitely buying opportunity, all things considered, and a substantial buying opportunity. So those are my actionable advices and my market minutes aids. Thank you for watching Financial Trading Basics Part 44.